All right, guys, we need to talk about gold. It's getting really weird. It's getting really, really weird. I mean, I remember taking out 2000. I just about remember it. It's just we've had so many breakouts. We're up. I mean, we're up. I don't even know how much, 75% or something from 2000, which is already a huge moment. Almost, look, we've gone up almost another $100 again. I mean, the Trump down move, right? Tariffs, everything down. I remember thinking, oh, I should have sold more. And then up it goes. And again, it's just been every day. There's like one day where it consolidates. There's your one day. It still made a new high. And then yesterday, right, this Easter, whatever it is, Monday, a happy Easter, everyone. Anyway, Tuesday, here we are. I just wake up. Didn't do a video last night because Easter was a bit wild. Look at this. And we've seen more. $70 is not, it's not even that impressive. We've seen 100. $100 moves. We're touching 3,500. I think we officially did. We're about to break out again or something. Look at this. Obviously, we're going to take out 3,500. That's absolute cup handle boom. This needs to stop. And the thing is, my best day is when gold is down, silver is down, and the miners are up. Which should mean my worst day is when gold and silver are up, but the miners are down because I'm heavily in the miners. I still own a decent amount of gold. No silver, by the way. But so obviously I benefit if gold goes up, but the miners, and this is not how I usually start my videos, the miners have not been going up that much, which is probably, as Schiff says, right? The greatest buy are the miners, especially the best producing gold miners, not these, explorers, discoverers, and all this, which I've long abandoned. But Agnico Eagles. I don't want to say Newmont, but Newmont, Barrick Gold, Wheaton, the best of the best, my top sort of five or six. There are also one or two I don't own, like Goldfields, Anglo Gold. I used to own, I just dumped them because they moved up and it was time to switch to another one. And they're also good, obviously. This is crazy though, right? Just pause for a moment. Meanwhile, silver and copper, I mean, they've gone up and they're anchored to um two different assets. So on the one side, you got, and they're diametrically opposed. So you got gold going up like a rocket, one anchor on the rocket, and then one anchor to the sea, which is the market. So silver's sort of just unable to go one way, up or down. So far, it's slightly up. The rocket's pushing it up a little bit. It's levitating above the water, but I think it's going to snap and just it's going to choose one relation, and I hope it's the markets, to be honest. Because if it starts going up now, that means gold's going up even more, like $4,000. I kind of want everything to go down because I've trimmed quite a lot. I sold on the pump back from the drop. I trimmed probably 20%, maybe 15 to 20% of my gold miners portfolio. So I'm kind of at record highs, but not actually above it. It's a bit, I don't know if it's annoying or not. And then the other side, you're looking at the general markets. Like yesterday, for example, absolute slaughter. Not absolute, 2.5% down in the markets. I think we've got Tesla earnings today. We'll probably have another drop. I hope we do. So meanwhile, everyone's getting their asses handed to them, and we're going up, up, up. But we're not going up as much as we should if you're owning miners. But gold is just ripping. It's like I can imagine 10,000 at this. All these crazy YouTube thumbnails. Gold to 10,000. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No problem. Silver to 100. Harder to believe, but that'll happen. That has to happen now. All right, sorry, I'm absolutely just woke up. DXY, by the way, look at this. That Sunday open, that took me by surprise, down two and a bit percent. I think it was two and a half. Yeah, and look at that, down to 98. If we zoom out, I've only got that because of this little period here where you've hit the bottom here. It's actually 97 point something, whatever, the same thing. And again today, right? I haven't really looked at that. That looks like it wants to flush again. This didn't hold very well, did it? I thought it did by the third candle, but look at that fourth one. close, worst close ever. This is not the best bounce day. And then bam, Sunday or Monday rather. And Tuesday, well, let's see, but it looks like it wants to keep testing and maybe even making new lows. What the hell's going on, man? Like DXY, does that just go? Is it time to look at the other currencies? Euro, US dollar. I was looking at this because I own and get paid in euros. Probably 120, right? If it's a major move, this probably, and Euro, US dollar is the heaviest weighting. Look at this descending. You got to zoom out a bit. Well, we've taken this out. We've taken out the latest horizontal up here at 112. So that probably wants to go and test around here, which is 120. Nice big number. So if that's the move that's in store, US dollar, Japanese yen probably wants to flush and go where? We may have a big, big move coming, which takes the DXY basically all the way down to low 90s. Wasn't this the Trump period down here? And then up we go, huge move. It's not too much to expect. So DXY could just keep going down. And honestly, gold's probably reacting to the DXY more than anything. It's just a few weeks ago when I said DXY was irrelevant. It certainly isn't now. And by the way, the yields, I usually say it's the most important thing. I've kind of forgot saying that, but the yields are going to become very, very important again because look at this move just yesterday, Easter yesterday. Today, if we go back up and start closing above 5%, probably won't happen today, but this week, the 30-year closing above 5%, next move is extremely obvious and easy. That's the 510-ish. Let's say 520 just to be completely sure. It's kind of really here. I mean, that's done. And then you've got new all-time, 52-week highs in yields. Then what the hell do you do? And normally yields go up with the dollar, and here you've got yields going up and the dollar going down, which kind of makes sense. Bonds and dollars just getting trashed because they're worth less because people are dumping them. Whether it's, countries, Japan, China, or institutions, people are dumping bonds and dollars, which is what the thesis has always said would happen long term, which is also explaining why gold's going up. Because what do you do when you get rid of bonds and dollars? And it's the same thing almost, but you're looking for a return of your investment, return of capital rather than making money. You just don't want to lose it in gold. Yeah, it doesn't yield anything, but Jesus Christ, every day you're making 2%. Gold is absolutely screaming something, and this is not your usual breakout. This is like meme coin stuff, but with no retest. All right, I'm ranting here. But anyway, yields, and by the way, the 30 is doing its thing. The 10 is always a little bit behind, but if the 30 starts to test 5%, 5.1, the 10 will start to inch higher, right? If imagine the 30 year makes a new all-time high up here, what's the 10 year going to be doing? It's going to be kind of here waiting to test 4.8, and it's only like 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 weeks away from its 5% new all-time high. Then what the hell happens? You start listening to all these refinancing problems and housing, car loans and all this. This is financial crisis stuff, and the 30 year goes up like that. And the 2 year is kind of doing the opposite, just going down because I think Powell will end up, acquiescing and cutting rates. What do you think is going to happen to gold then? This is all making sense, even though I'm absolutely baffled by the move in gold in particular. And if we look at copper, it's just like silver. Bounced, it's gone up because metals, or at least gold, is going up. And by the way, a lot of the miners we own up, you know, they have a residual copper or whatever. Silver and copper look extremely similar. I think if I don't know which way silver's gonna go. It's kind of having problems up here at 33, which is a nice number whilst all the market goes down. But if you've got markets, by the way, the usual chronology of assets I cover is completely out the window by now. If you've got the S&P going down, what does silver do? What the hell does silver do? And what does gold do? Does gold go up because the market's going down and then silver goes down? All right, let's go to the miners. That's still the part I'm not too sure about. I don't even know what I would want because I still own silver miners, but not as much as before because I trimmed all the miners, like 15, 20%. Let's check out GDX. Now, yes, GDX looks nice, gone up, but let's be honest. I feel like I feel like gold is a standout. The central banks are buying it. They're not buying mining stocks. They're not buying silver or copper. And I think, and I kind of hope, honestly, I kind of hope the miners go down because the best buy out there for sure are the miners. The GDX seniors, like I just said, Newmont, Agnico, just put all your money in Agnico if there's a retrace. That's it, you retire in a couple of years because the amount of money they must be making the next quarter, oil down, gold up tremendously, like fucking tremendously. It must be insane. It's just like money printing over there. But look at GDX, you have gold up like 2%. You got gold up more than miners. Look at this move here. That's not that impressive. Look at these. I mean, percentage terms, it probably equals gold. No, from the low down here all the way to 30%, that sounds like a lot. And and what about gold? 20 or something. Yeah, I'm sorry. If you do 30%, 20% in gold, you should be doing, I don't know, 200% or something. Is that ridiculous? Way more. All right, I'm still ranting. GDX. First of all, look at this. We closed pretty much unchanged whilst gold was up $100 or something. $100 or 2%, and the GDX is unchanged. No, it should be 10. And that's the GDX, right? The other ones are I don't want to say weaker. GDXJ is kind of the same thing. GXJ touching its post-COVID high up here, 66. That's going to be, I mean, even today, it might be difficult to close above it, even though with gold like a 3,500, it'll trade above it probably. But if the market goes down, do you really need the market to go up for GDX to go up? That's a bit, it's, it's such an opportunity. But I still think if the market goes down, you could actually get red days because gold could retrace. It doesn't look like it wants it now, but gold could have like I don't want to say a massive down day, but like one of these sideways days and then a bearish engulfing, and then oh, down we go $80. And oh, the next day is also red, and oh my God, people start drawing new trend lines or whatever. And what if you got gold going down like $200 in a week? Probably get the miners down. So yeah, I'm looking for the retrace. So GDX, I don't know where it's going to retrace to. There are so many mini levels. I mean, pre-gap fill, post gap fill, whatever. Then you got this breakout zone, which to be honest, it's so close to the other line here that I'll probably move it down. I don't know, something like it's probably, I don't know. I don't know, it's probably this ascending, which has moved. I'm looking for a move down, but today could easily go higher. We have this next level up here, 55. I left it a lot of space. It should have touched it by now if it was at least reasonable and following gold to some degree. But you can see the essence, the general market's weight on these miners, and it's absolutely stupid. They got nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. They should be just going up way more than gold every day. SILJ is another example. I mean, okay, it's not gold, it's silver, and it's I forget the juniors, forget SILJ, SIL. It's the same thing. What are we doing hovering up here, unable to close above this high over here, the high that we had a few months ago? Look, not nowhere near even COVID highs. What is that? Okay, silver's not at, 40, $50, but it doesn't need to be. Where was they at post-COVID, right? Where was silver at like post-COVID highs? It's there. What the hell's going on? We beat that ages ago. It makes no sense. And it's tied to the markets. And this is with gold up 2%. So imagine silver has a retrace, which could happen. Market, if market goes down today, you got still J down here probably. And then fill in the gap if there's any like new lows in the markets. And imagine gold goes down, God forbid, gold goes down. So the best opportunity, I say it's the gold miners, but the silver miners, Jesus Christ, once silver starts to act as it should, and we've always been saying gold belongs up here. Gold's finally done what it's always should have done. The dollar's doing what it finally should have done. If silver starts to follow, that's it. Like everything's, all systems go. Silver miners are the best buy. Anyway, I guess what I'm trying to say about the miners is they are definitely not going up as much as they should. GDX all the way down to SILJ. I think it's a blessing because for some of those that have not been heavily invested in even gold, this is your opportunity because it's gold on the ground and it's some of the companies. Let's go straight to portfolio. Sorry, today's video is just absolutely all over the place. Newmont, you know, yes, it's had a nice move here, but again, we should be at new all-time highs. Newmont is just hovering around, this area where it's been for absolutely years, by the way. And today, if there's any, today we should be testing 59, 58.5 or something, but who knows? If the market goes down, it'll probably open green as it typically does or something, and then just sort of drifts lower as the market flushes, which is, I guess, a good thing for those who want to add. And I want to add, I'm going to be adding higher than where I sold. And I don't have a problem with that. I used to have a problem with that when I was younger. Like, oh no, I can't sell something, then it's a loss. Or, oh, I can't buy there. I sold down there. So what? It's about where it's going. And Newmont should be going to absolute new all-time highs um quickly. Yeah, we should be above 100 already, but maybe maybe the miners just take time. The central bankers are buying the hell out of gold, but I guess institutions haven't figured out what that means to miners, how much money they'll be making, and the next quarter earnings should be amazing. So yeah, Newmont doing what GDX does, Barrick Gold also hovering near its 52-week high, but look at that, not ideal. Same thing as Newmont, Agnico Eagle, a little different, being the best of the best of the best. Kind of looks like Barrick, kind of looks like gold. And today I think it's like right now pre-market around 130. So that's the one that really does act as it should, I would say, especially for senior miners, up like 5% today. But still, look at that effect of the general markets. And if you've got a market flush coming, which we could be 1, 2, 3 days away from, who knows, you could get the opportunity of a lifetime with the Kanika going down. And for me, I was trimming 100 not too long ago. Here we are at 130, right? 30% higher than where I thought was an amazing and obvious sell. And I'll buy back gladly. You know, I don't think I wouldn't buy 120. But probably 115, I'm starting to buy back. Like, I don't care. And by the way, I'm going to probably double the amount I've got in Agnico. I'm just like having dreams about Agnico. That deserves all your money. So GDX and Agnico charts look quite similar. And I'll be looking at them viciously if there's a drop because of the markets or because gold's going down, whatever. Silver, I'll add, but I'm really focused on what definitely works at the moment. Pan American silver, maybe the one. Yeah, and just another example that's gone sort of fake break, not really fake breakout, retest. But yeah, look at this. Look at these three candles. They're weird. Here we close back below 27.5, and I understand why. Silver's just kind of going sideways. The market's going down, but Pan America does a lot of gold, doesn't it? Doesn't it mine a lot of gold? Like most of its gold should be going right above 30 any day. What a buy it is then, right? It's annoying. It's like I want it to go up, but it's the yin and the yang. And I feel like our thesis was correct the whole time. We were never rewarded. Now we're being completely told by the market that it's confirmed. And what an opportunity to buy the best of the best. And Pan America is definitely one of them. Wheaton is for me the only one that really equals Agnico. Printing money does react a bit like gold. It should be way high, should be above 100, but also taken down by the markets. So you got to watch the S&P, you got to watch the S&P, you got to watch yields, you got to watch the dollar, you got to watch gold, you got to watch the miners, and then you got to look at the actual miners you're trading. They're all relevant, and they can all take down the miners to very attractive levels to add. So Wheaton looks like Agnico, Franco-Nevada. A few months ago was a weird one. Now is finally acting, actually, since several weeks has been acting like gold, like they should, like the miners should, going up more than gold. But again, not enough. Look at that new high. Jesus, almost hit 180. I didn't even realize that. They all had very good opens yesterday. Pre-market was amazing. And it kind of went a bit higher and then sort of, you know, dropped a bit. But that's actually quite good. That's probably one of the better ones for yesterday. Metalla, actually, I wanted to sell the hell out of Metalla, but when you see what's going on in gold, I was like, you know what? How about I leave it? Because when you zoom out, you see that. My objective is to add now. I told you I changed strategy. Usually I trim on the way up, and I have trimmed, and it's always been good. And some of them are actually still lower than my trim, especially the silver miners. But now I'm just like, whoa, gold's going up $100 a day. I don't think I should be trimming miners again. And when you see this one down here, maybe this one should be doing a move like it can do. If gold can go up $100 a day, something like Metalla streaming can probably do a move to four quite quickly. And yesterday it did have this move, and it's not a weird candle. It's like before the close. Sorry, that means nothing. 15 minutes better. You can see that little pump before the close. Several candles, several 15 minutes. It wasn't some last minute thing. And then after hours, I don't know, there's probably earnings. I should know, but I don't have time to look at everything. And I don't really care about news that much anymore. But I feel like could have some good news, and I could probably trim it here, but I don't know whether I'm gonna do it. I'm probably not gonna do that either. I would normally trim up here. This has been the highest it's reached, and every time it goes down below three by a lot. I'm gonna leave it. If it squeezes a mini squeeze, it would be to four, then create. I'll probably trim some, I don't know, 389, just on general principle. But Metalla finally standing out. All right, let's look at the silver stocks, and here you can't tell that gold's going up $100 a day. Look at that. What is that? I can even get rid of this. What is that First Majestic? You should be way above 8.5, way above 8.5. It's just here. And I don't want to add to silver and not the gold ones if we come down, because you can't trust the silver ones. Silver will have its move, but if the market goes down, it will take silver down. It will also take the miners down a little bit, as we've seen, right? Even when gold's up $100, the miners are up like 1% because the market's down. What if the market's really down, like 4% down Nasdaq? Silver's down 2.75%. First Majestic's going down here, which is crazy, doesn't really make sense, and it's an ad. Yeah, it is. I'll be adding more to the best of the best gold miners, but I'll be adding to the silver miners. And I'm telling you, First Majestic is showing us that it's ready to go down in the markets. Basically, all the silver stocks, silver's ready to go down. So this is not impressive. Yes, all the general markets, the Nvidias, I love it. All decked, all down near their lows. Maybe some of them making new lows like Meta. It's a beautiful thing. So we should be happy we're not down, we're up, but we're just not up anywhere near as much. So First Majestic week, sorry, yeah, First Majestic Fortuna opens at high of day, closed down here. I mean, that's kind of the story of yesterday. The pre-market and the open was the best. So there's your 680 resistance. To be honest, for a silver miner, it's doing quite well. Yeah, that's generally your support for now, but that's your first support. Your next support. Let's see. I'm not going to go through all the support and resistance. It's more about resistance, and support is going to be where the metal and the miners come down. CDE, that's okay. Actually, this is gone. Actually, I should be removing quite a few of the support lines. Yeah, it's had a nice bounce, especially for CDE. That was quite weak recently. Came all the way back down there again, new low after that, pumped nicely. But it will come down the markets. It's actually had okay days compared to some of them. CD's not been the weakest silver stock. It was like a few weeks ago, I feel, but it's kind of doing what you'd expect. You know, Heckler, that's been quite good actually. That was up like 6% at something at some point yesterday. But again, comes back down because the general markets and silver still an up day, but you can see there three times we're hitting 620. Next stop up there. But what's it going to take to go up there? You got gold up $100 every day, and silver's not doing it. Well, you need silver to go up. For silver to go up, you need the markets to go up, basically. So silver is owned by the markets more than gold. I think that's just the way you got to look at it. And the miners definitely, silver miners. EXK, weak down we go. This will come all the way back down to there probably if the market goes down. I'm going to give it bigger space. Mag Silver, that's okay unless they have their own earnings, then it will really move. And that's always the case. Let's just give it space. I don't care. It's just they need to decide a way, this a direction. Aris mining. Now we're back at gold mines. You can see straight away the difference in the chart. Made a new high at some point. Probably do the same thing again. I mean, we're up another $100 almost. but nowhere near high enough. So just mark your support zones. I'm sticking with not trimming, but getting ready to pull triggers on support. I don't even know how much. I should know how much already. I'm gonna add probably 5 to 10% on each level. I'm ready to go in hard on the best of the best gold miners. You know, and Guniko I'll probably double it. I don't care. I need like one big red day. Then I'm gonna do a crazy video in detail about where I'm going. Maybe even tell you how much I'm going. I'll probably decide it on the spot. Anyway, this one I'll add to this one. This one's proven itself. Not too much, but I'll add to this one. The gold miners for sure I'll add to. The silver miners I'll nibble on. That's basically what I'm gonna do. I'll add to the gold miners like, 5%, 10% each time it goes down to a level. Yeah, 10%. The silver miners, if they're going down with the markets and the market's going down, I know I'm going to add the market's going to go down the next day and I'm going to lose money. It'd probably be like little 5% or less nibbles, honestly. And it's across all the silver miners. So in the end, it's quite a bit. I am gold. That's definitely following gold. This one's been good. This one, I put it on the same class as Agnico and Wheaton in terms of how it's following gold, far outperforming the GDX, I'd say. This line's probably irrelevant now. I'm not going to do all the support and resistance. Resistance, I'll just trust it's up here, 8.8. Here you can see again, stalling, another day where it should have been higher. Today, probably pre-market open if we hold our gains up here, but again, sideways. And then the day gold goes down, and silver goes down, or both, bam, down we go everywhere, and this one included. And then you got to buy 6.66, the devil area. You should probably be buying, and maybe even before, because iron gold is seriously, if I remember correctly, leveraged to gold. So this should be printing money. B2 gold still unable to close above 3.5, definite and obvious resistance. You got this geopolitics behind this one, but that's all been priced in. Um, and you could have some surprise peace treaty, and then everyone makes friends, including in Africa, so that could have some good explosive upside, nice dividend. I've already trimmed, I believe, 3.5, so I'm just holding this one. And basically, I've removed all the sells on all of the gold and silver miners. There are no more sells, which cleans up my interactive brokers portfolio list very nicely. I've never seen it all condensed like that. That's nice also. It's easier on the eye. This one, I don't think I'd be in a hurry to buy this one. I just prefer to add to the top boys up here rather than a risky one. So this one, I'm just happy holding what I got. Yeah, the dividends is nice, but I don't know. Equinox, that made a new high yesterday. Interesting at some point. Obviously, that must have been early. 7.5. Pretty obvious. Look at this little gap area. And it's a nice number, so that's obvious resistance. Um, Again, what does it take to break that out of this? Gold going up 400 bucks a day, or just earnings, or is it the market going up? It's kind of incredible. It looks like an unchanged day yesterday, whereas gold was up huge. So can't stop repeating that. SPSW, I trimmed this yesterday, 519. Little trim because this one's a wild rat. This one goes up and down huge and very fast. And I just wanted to trim some. It's worth a bit too much already up here. Next trim would be up here, 588, 589. Otherwise, I'm just holding what I got. If it comes down, I don't even know if I'll buy because this is like following general markets and copper. Okay. Like today I was all over the place. Don't know if you follow me to the end, but it's about, and look how much gold come off a little bit. It's not even that much. The day will come, I feel, where gold just says, okay, Um, I've topped out for now. I'll be back. I'll do $100 moves in a couple of days, but and will it be a day where like it closes, it gives back all its gains? It's not going to be today, I don't think. But imagine today it happened. It'd be a huge candle where it closes near low of day or at low of day, red shooting star reversal, obvious, and the next day it's like down again, $100 and $100. Or over the week, like down 300 bucks, like that's where you absolutely purchased the gold miners because this is not some trend reversal. The thesis has changed. I don't even think tariff like being removed from all countries or removed from China, the market goes up, gold goes down because people are selling gold, buying. Actually, you probably have the miners go up on a day where gold's down $100, but the market's up huge because the tariffs are all over. China's acquiesced like 0% or something. So you probably benefit from that too. I don't know. What's for sure for me is these gold miners are seriously undervalued. When you got gold up 3% and the miners up less, that no. So and yeah, like I said, if gold goes down huge and the market goes up, you probably get the miners up too. So it's worth the buy just on that. All right, let's see what happens. Next video, especially if gold goes down or the market goes down, I'm going to start going through specifically where I buy, how much I buy, at what level for each stock. That'll make a difference. All right, good luck.